and who they were originally touring with.
Oh, that's cool.
Hello, YouTube. We are live.
All right, I'm gonna play the first trailer. Here we go. Wiggity what?
Damn, I love that fucking pumpkin logo so every time I see it.
Well, reach out to Jay. He could do some work for you if you ever need anything.
Yeah, it looks really fucking good.
He doesn't cost very much, and he's great.
How long did it take to do it?
A day.
Oh shit. Okay, well I'll put him on my list. That's great.
Yeah, he got really into it. He made it his Facebook picture too. I don't know. I'm very happy with the logo though. Both logos. He did both the logos.
That's cool. Are you gonna leave the pumpkin one up for a while, or is it just for Halloween?
Yeah, I don't know. I might leave it up for a while. I was hoping some people would buy some shirts with because I made the shirts for sale. Because I'm gonna buy one, and you can get them in orange.
Oh, that's cool. I would wear orange, but I'd look like a fucking pumpkin, and that's not a flattering look for me.
Yeah, me too. I'm putting up my day 11 for the 30 days of horror or whatever, and it's your least favorite horror movie.
Bud 2, Chud 2.
No, you know what? That's a good one, but no, it's Blood Diner. I fucking hate that movie more than anything.
Excellent.
Yeah, some people like it.
The world needs more Blood Diner.
Day 12, least favorite movie. Day 12.
Well, you know what? For mine, I'd probably put the original Pet Sematary because it doesn't hold up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm so annoyed at people right now with that shit.
My brother is a diehard Pet Sematary book and movie, and he not stop texting me the other night. Well,
I'm wearing 2 shirts.
Yeah, and you look like an that's go.
I'm wearing 2
I
shirts.
see you're wearing 2 shirts. Go. You want to watch Bud the Chud?
No!
My reaction exactly.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
What the fucking fuck? I hate my computer. I need a new computer. You cock-sucking son of a bitch.
Whoa.
Take your fly.
Motherfucker.
That's a hot take, YouTube. Hot take.
I'll take.
I guess it didn't download correctly.
So, are we still going to be able to go live on time?
Mm-hmm.
After the trailers or whatever?
I can't go super late tonight, guys. I have a festival I got to do tomorrow, so I got to pack up for that. So I might duck out randomly to get that shit done. But I'm good for like an hour at least.
That doesn't sound random to me.
Well, you know what I mean. I got to make cookies and shit for the... They have me doing like a panel, but they didn't tell me what the panel's about.
All right, this video is garbage. On to the next. Come on. Oh, it's my fucking computer. Are you kidding me? You goddamn cocksucker. Come on.
Earmuffs, YouTube. Earmuffs.
Oh, can they hear us regularly without they're not through the stream?
Yeah, YouTube doesn't get the trailers and stuff.
It just kind of gets us sitting around bullshitting. The show starts.
Brian's gonna lose his mind. That's what this episode is. Brian's gonna lose his mind.
Ooh, do you guys know that Body Melt came out on Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome? You guys ever seen that movie, the Australian movie? I just saw it last night. I was trying to find House on Haunted Hill for under $100, and I saw Body Melt, so I bought that instead.
Under $100?
Well, no, it's like 35 still, but it's not in stock anywhere. Apparently,
I think the official release date is the 16th, not the 9th. Because I was looking at that too. Amazon, I don't think he was selling it, or I forgot what I did, but I saw that in Trick or Treat was the 16th.
yeah, it should have been out the 9th. That's when it was slated for release. But a lot of people on the Blu-ray forums I was looking on, they got like damaged copies that weren't even shrink wrapped, and like all this crap. And I'm like, what the hell?
Go Scream Factory.
Dude, something's going on, man. Something weird. Like,
Sorry, I'll turn that down.
Body Melt? I've actually never seen that.
oh my god, it's so weird. I love it. I can't believe that someone put it out on Blu-ray. It's got all these extras too, and it's like $25. But I'm like, I don't care. I need this right now. Like, I'll wait to get House on Haunted Hill and stuff, but I can't wait for Body Melt. Like,
So I'm wondering if maybe Scream Factory is just like biting them off more than they can chew because they're wanting to do Creep Show and all these releases right before Halloween, and they're all getting pushed back. And
I don't know, man. Like the Amazon thing's driving me nuts, though. Like, I'm not paying $35 for this stuff. Like, it's not worth it. And someone was complaining that on the Scream Factory site, you get free shipping if it's under $50, if it's over $50 or $50 or more. Apparently, they priced everything now, so it comes out to like $49.50. Like, you get 2 Blu-rays, it's like they're like 24, like 74 each. So it's just under $50.
fuckers.
And I'm like, that is such horseshit. Like,
The Scream Factory is going to lose some supporters here soon if they keep doing stuff like that.
yeah, I'm not happy with them. And like, although I will say that Candyman or Blu-ray, where they announced the final specs, there is so much.
It's odious.
I lost it. Well, you saw me. I lost my shit in excrement.
Yeah.
That was actually a really good. It's funny that it actually like
It autocorrected.
spell corrected.
You know
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start the video intro because oh man, computer across the screen during a live feed. That's stuff to happen.
Stop that, Helena. Jeez.
Oh, Brian, the Scares That Care this year, they have like the entire cast of Monster Squad.
Nah, you broke up. What did you say?
I said Monster Squad cast is going to be at Scares That Care this year. They're like the headliners.
Adam
Yeah.
Lambert and Sean Gower.
I saw that the other day, and I thought I meant to tag you. I don't know if I did or not.
Motherfucker.
That's okay. All right, here we go. Should have this prepared, but I'm not. All right, good evening, everybody. There is some technical issues, some technical defects going on here tonight. My name is Brian Enright. You can follow me on Facebook at Brian Enright or on Instagram and Twitter at The Horror Jew. So bear with us as we try to play some videos. They were very nice videos. The best videos. Everyone talks about how good these videos are, but we'll get them to play one day. As for now, they were lagging, but hopefully this show will not lag for you tonight. We got Terry Remake that is coming out, and we have the monster brackets that we'll talk about. We have reviews and much, much more, but let's get into it. Up next is Jared Letourneau. Let's see if we get Jared's mic on this time right away. All right, Jared, you are all set. Jared, good evening.
Good evening, Brian, and all you guys at home. You guys can follow me on Facebook at Jared Letourneau or on the Twatverse at zombie_survivor. You can read my horror movie drivel at thehorrorsyndicate.com. Back to you, Brian.
All right, thank you very much, Jared. You see his movie everywhere, and it's coming to you in Lancaster, so make sure you get your pre-orders. Here he is to talk all about it, Mr. Director himself, Mike Lombardo of I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday. Mike, good evening.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Lombardo, and I have really bad allergies tonight, so if you see me blowing my nose, it's not because of too much cocaine from all that White Doomsday money we're raking in. You can check me out at realsplatter.com. That's REEL splatter.com, facebook.com/realsplatter. And if you're in Pennsylvania, tomorrow at 4 p.m. in Harrisburg at the Vid Jam of Horror Film Festival, we are playing White Doomsday. And the whole gang will be there, and we'll have cookies. So you should come out and eat cookies with us and watch the movie. Get your seat started early.
Awesome.
Don't the cookies.
Back to you.
All right, thank you, Mike Lombardo. And, of course, we have our president of the Horror Syndicate, the man himself, Mr. Razor. Ray, good evening.
Hello, everyone. Razor here. I'd like you to go subscribe to our YouTube page. We have 77 subscribers now.
Yes.
Just look up the Horror Syndicate on YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram at Razor33 and follow me as I do. I'm putting on a different horror shirt all 31 days of October. And I'm hashtagging 31 and 31. So this is day 12, The Fly, obviously. Hopefully it's obvious to you. If not, you're in the wrong place. Or you can follow me on Twitter, which I barely use, at Razor_33. But just follow the Horror Syndicate. That'll be sufficient. Back to you, Brian.
All right. Thank you very much, Ray. So we got a little movie coming out. That's going to be our hot topic tonight. We got the 2019 version of Pet Sematary, where children have masks and we don't know what the fuck's going on. But all we know is John Lithgow is in it, and he's not an alien, so that's super exciting. What did you guys think of the trailer? Oh, what's that?
Everybody keeps going back to that movie. Let's not forget about Raising Cain and when he was in Dexter. I'll be right back.
That's okay. Let's not forget
Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt and that Brian De Palma movie, Blowout, where he's walking around with a Brazilian blowout. So that was exciting. But yeah, so Pet Sematary. Okay, I really need to disable these pop-ups that come up here whenever people message me. If you're watching the show and you know who I am on Facebook, please do not message me while live. I have not fixed that yet. The Windows 10 likes to make sure that I'm interrupted every 5 seconds with messages from everyone around the world. So thank you. But Pet Sematary, I know that Mike absolutely adored the kids in the mask.
That's my favorite thing. I think they could make an entire. I don't want this to be a remake or a readaptation, as some people are arguing, because it's not based on the movie; it's based on the book again. Which is fine to say, except the trailer looks identical to the '80s movie, except for the cool part, which is these kids in their freaky "You're Next" masks. And I think that they shouldn't even bother remaking Pet Sematary. They should just make a spin-off called "Creepy Kids in Creepy Masks," and I think it would be a #1 hit. I really, really love it. Blumhouse, get on the fucking line and get this movie.
I would be okay with that.
We need it.
I mean, after first reaction, seeing that trailer, I mean, it looked okay. It was, a decent trailer, but still, like, why? Why?
Well, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on the trailer. Like, the movie looks fine. There's nothing in the trailer that I thought was dumb. Like, it looks great, actually. It looks gorgeous.
Yep.
And the guys that made Starry Eyes are making it. I know they're good filmmakers. So, like, I don't think the movie's going to be bad at all. And I'm up for it. I would definitely love to see more Pet Sematary. I love Pet Sematary. But I really, really don't fucking like the creepy masks and, like, the twitchy, like, ooh, like, modern horror trope shit. Like, it doesn't need that. If people are complaining... Because, the last 3 days, it's popular to say that Pet Sematary sucks now. All of a sudden, everyone hates the original movie, and it doesn't hold up. But
that's bullshit, I would say.
It's absolutely. The original movie is fine. And what you said, Jared, what's the point? It's like, I don't understand why we need another one. Aside from the fact that it made $1 bajillion.
Right.
Reason to remake Pet Sematary. But if they're going to go with, like, tonally closer to the book, which is, like, super depressing and just about grief, that's fine, but then why the fuck are there, like, PG-13, like, ghost mask shit going on? Like, and that's probably, like, one, like, 5-second segment of the movie, but, it's in the trailer, so that's all we have to go on, so I'm going to fixate on it.
I think that us horror fans are judging this movie too harshly. I get what you're saying with the masks and everything, like kids wearing masks, and like it was nowhere to be found anywhere in the book. And I know that you and I, Mike, had a discussion earlier about how close Stephen King's Pet Sematary, the novel, how close it was to Pet Sematary, the movie. It was almost like page for page, chapter for chapter. And there really isn't a reason to remake it. But we're in 2018, about to go into 2019, where every movie that Stephen King has made from the 80s and 90s has to get remade, except for The Shining. I'm pretty sure if someone decided to remake The Shining, I'm sure all hell would break loose. babies would go flying, arms would go swinging.
They already did remake The Shining.
Yeah, they did a miniseries of The Shining.
They did.
What year was that, Ray?
Damn it, Rob Lowe.
But do you remember what happened?
That wasn't Rob Lowe.
Oh, Steven Weber, that's right.
Steven Weber.
Rob Lowe was the same.
No, it was like 1999, and the internet was barely around, so I don't remember how I watched it. And it's okay. It's more accurate. Plus, I think Stephen King would probably be happy to have a new version of The Shining, considering what Kubrick did to his book.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Kubrick gave him the middle finger the entire time.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
I was going to say the one thing I wouldn't want to see touched is Silver Bullet.
Yeah, I don't think Silver Bullet can be done like Silver Bullet in the 80s. Like the way the movie that we have is so charmingly cheesy.
Yeah.
I don't think that story would work any other way, honestly. Like I think if it was played straight, it would be a huge disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Only because handicapped people are incapable of being functioning members of society, and I can't suspend my disbelief with that, with the kid, and
And what, Gary Busey?
yeah, I just don't think. I think it's just too silly of an idea to really be taken, like in the dark, gritty route that all these new remakes are and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
I remember when The Shining was on ABC. It was like a 4-part mini series, and it was basically King had creative control, and of course it was on TV, so it could have been more graphic, but it wasn't, and it represented the hotel being the actual enemy of the movie, and because in the book, the hotel was the enemy. The hotel was doing all these things, and in the Kubrick's vision. I call it vision. You don't really see the hotel really out to hurt people, except for when Danny goes into room 237 and gets beat up by the ghost in there. But it's really just Jack Nicholson, who's just an awful, abusive father, and there's no chemistry really. I'm not going to say chemistry, but there's really no affection towards his wife or his son since the beginning of the movie. It's kind of I guess I'm stuck with these two. But the Stephen King book, I remember that Jack loved his wife and loved his son, and he made a mistake. He hurt Danny, and he quit drinking and all that stuff. But
they would convey that in the miniseries better.
Did they? And at the very end, of course, Jack sacrifices himself, and his wife, his daughter, and the cook of the what was his name? He was played by Scatman Crothers, yeah.
Scatman.
And they escape pretty much. But in Kubrick's vision, they it was just Wendy and Danny who escaped, and the hotel remained. It didn't blow up by the boiler or anything like that. Spoilers if you haven't read The Shining. But in the ABC version, they had that. Do you guys think that in Pet Sematary 2019 that they're going to pull a Stanley Kubrick on viewers, considering that most people have read Pet Sematary and are familiar with the original?
I mean, they're going to have to change some stuff. I feel like when they did the new It movie, they completely pissed away half the book, which is funny because no one seems to all the people that are huge fans of the book or say they are, and they love the new movie so much more than the miniseries. The miniseries was shot for shot out of the book, and the new movie was there's 20% of the book in that fucking movie, and no one seemed to care. And I'm wondering what's going to be with Pet Sematary, because the Pet Sematary is one of the few Stephen King novels I actually like, and that's why I like the movie so much. I think it's a great adaptation. I mean, it's a little cheesy, but I don't know what they're going to do with the new one. I mean, I'm hoping for a darker, more serious movie. That would be really cool, but I don't know what they're going to change. It's going to make it better.
I see jump scares galore.
Probably. A lot of guy. I'm really scared about the scene with Gage getting hit by the car. I really don't want that to look stupid in the new movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be stupid because the original movie, I can't even watch that scene. It makes me
no. Yeah.
I mean, they do cut away in the original movie, but still, it's just the way the scene builds.
Well, they have the little shoe roll, and then
Yeah.
the flash of his whole life with his that just rips me up.
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure. It's just the whole build up of that entire scene.
Maybe Gage will get hit by a semi tractor, and then another semi tractor will come the other way and hit Gage again, and then another semi tractor will come again and hit Gage the third time to make sure that we're not as sad.
I think what they'll probably do is they'll flip it on us. Gage doesn't get hit; the mom gets hit, and then they just reverse it for no reason, just to subvert our expectations.
Or the little sister gets hit instead.
Yeah.
Or how about the whole family gets hit?
No. Okay. What if Pet Sematary becomes a prequel for Silver Bullet? What if Lewis gets hit by a truck at the end, or the little kid Gage gets hit by a truck, but he doesn't die and he's just paralyzed, and he's in a wheelchair, and then he later.
What if Gage is driving the truck and runs over Fred Gwynn?
So that's the thing too. Fred Gwynn is
I want to play with Judd.
Is Judd. Like, you can't beat that. Like, John Lithgow's a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he is a genuinely great actor. But the lines he delivered in that trailer, like, nothing gave me goosebumps like the way that Fred Gwynn giving those lines. Like, I don't know if the new Pet Sematary movie's even set in Maine, honestly, because nobody has an accent.
They're from Boston. They say they're from Boston, so I'm assuming it's got to be Northeast. One thing, there's already a meme out there. I don't know if you've seen it yet, where it's John Lithgow as Judd. It says sometimes, and then below it's Fred Gwynn. It says Fred is better. Fred is better.
Fred is better.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I did a meme of Fred Gwynn with the little sun hat on, and then it said sometimes head is better. And that went around for a while, but that was not really related to the movie necessarily.
I think it's going to be a good movie. I think that it's going to be a fun-filled family gem, and I think we're actually going to get the shit scared out of us. And I think that with a generation coming up who usually don't like to read books, but say that they love to read Stephen King novels, which they don't. Maybe they'll come out and say, wow, this is a really good movie. And I think that's what the studios are looking for. As long as it's not PG-13, that's an ultimate cop-out.
That's what I was going to say. Like, it's all going to come down to the rating, probably.
Well, I mean, just judging from what was in the trailer, I think it looks dark enough to get an R rating just for tone. Mm-hmm. And, like, I saw some blood and shit in there. I'm pretty sure it's going to be R rated. Although, I'll tell you, I really am not impressed with the cat. The cat Church... I mean, they picked a cat, like a Maine Coon, that looks like the original cover, and I appreciate that. But it just looks like a cat that got out of the bathtub. It's just, like, kind of wet. And I'm like, this is a fucking dead cat? Like, Church was terrifying in the original movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Church was extremely terrifying. But I'm waiting for them to remake Pet Sematary 2. That would be a fucking travesty.
That's a great movie. I would love to see the kid getting his face ripped off of the dirt bike wheel. With special effects. Like, not CGI, practical effects.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would look fucking great.
Yeah. That would be cool. You're right. I absolutely adore Pet Sematary 2 as well. And a lot of people don't really care for that movie.
I love it. And I'm waiting for Pet Sematary 3.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they really could just keep making it. I mean, they don't, like, blow up the Micmac burial ground at the end of the second one or anything. Like,
I don't know why. I'm guessing because of
it's pronounced Mi'kmaq.
But they decided to make Children of the Corn a huge franchise. There's like 13 of them. But
yeah.
It could have gone on and on.
They just had another one come out.
Yeah. I don't know if it was another remake or what it was. But
it's called like Outlander or something, right?
I don't know. There's 1,000 of them. There's only one horror franchise that beats the Children of the Corn franchise with sequels, and it's Amityville.
Yeah.
Jeez. Puppet Master's not too far behind.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Master might have them beat, actually, because that new one, The Littlest Reich, is like number 14, isn't it?
13, I think.
Is that good? Did you guys like that?
Children of the Corn now.
While you're looking that up, Ray, we never got your opinion on the Pet Sematary new trailer. What did you think?
I mean, I don't know what to say about it, really. It's a trailer. I remember watching the It trailer last year when it came out.
Like your initial reaction.
I didn't know how to feel
Didn't
about
know how
it.
to feel.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't like. I've grown to love Pet Sematary a lot more over the last few years, and it's become one of my top 5 favorite horror movies. And it's one that I have a list of movies that do not need to be remade, and that's one of them. And so for me, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, I commented on Mike, had a post on Facebook about it, and I said, why would you need to remake a movie that the screenplay was written by the person who created the whole thing? And I don't know. It makes no sense to me. Why? I'll give it a chance. I'll see how it is. My brother's irate over it, but I don't know. I'll be right back. My son's going to a friend's house, so I gotta talk to their parents now. I'll be back.
All right.
All right. So I'm gonna go to Facebook land real quick. This is where we read your comments out loud and get you guys exposed. Robert Baranque has a wave. Joe Ridgely says, off topic, Ray's opinion on New Titans show. No, ask him in a private message, Joe. This is a horror show. Jennifer Pence, crying emoji. Brian White, Lithgow is awesome, but it's going to be hard to top Fred Gwynn.
I agree.
Joe Ridgely, I want to see pics of Zelda. Me too. Brian White, they already remade The Shining, and Stephen King wrote the screenplay. That is correct. I knew he had a big hand in it. I didn't know he wrote the screenplay. But Stephen King wrote the screenplay for The Shining, the ABC version. So there's that, people.
I didn't know that.
Now you know. Lonnie Reimer, I love the original Pet Sematary, and the trailer look okay. Don't think it's really necessary, but Zombie stays a million miles away from it.
Wasn't he slated to direct a Pet Sematary remake, like back when he was talking about the Blob and Chud?
Who? Rob Zombie?
Yeah, wasn't that one of the rumors?
Yeah, Rob Zombie was apparently set to remake every 80s horror movie at one point.
I mean, although that would be really interesting. I would love to see Sherry Moon Zombie as Church. I think that would be really interesting.
It'd be wonderful.
I would like to see her get hit by a semi. That would be great.
I would love to see Sid Haig as the semi.
Sid Haig would have been Judd. That's what he would have done.
Yeah, that would actually not have been a bad fucking cast, actually.
Jennifer Pence says that scene is so horrible. I assume she's talking about the scene from Silver Bullet where Gary Busey shows up. Lonnie Reimer, I hope Edward Furlong shows up, runs over Gage, and kicks a cat.
He kicks a cat.
Me too. I actually saw Edward Furlong at NJ HorrorCon.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he was just sitting there signing autographs, which is, I guess, is what you do when you're a celebrity guest. But
yeah, generally,
I wanted to go up to him and say hi, but I
gotta sign my copy of Brain Scan.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about how all these movies came out in the 90s. Oh, and JK, the host for Horror Happens radio show gives a thumbs up. So and Robbie Kent is watching.
Ooh, Lombardo is a Sexy Beast by Chris Weddy.
There we go.
That's great. I am feeling beastly today.
Guys, I'm back. I'm sorry about that.
All right.
You're good. You're good.
Reynolds is staying the night at a friend's house.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to find how many Children of the Corn movies there are.
Anyone out in the Facebook world know how many Children of the Corn sequels there were? I love Children of the Corn 3. I really do. That movie's fucking Urban Harvest.
We talked about that, didn't we?
I love that movie. That needs a Blu-ray release.
We need a Maximum Overdrive re-release in theaters. I wouldn't say remake or sequel because that movie's amazing.
No, that was a joke that was going on the last couple of days with people. It's like, they're going to remake all these Stephen King movies. Why don't they remake Maximum Overdrive? Like, I mean, really, the bar has been set so low. I don't
You leave that movie alone.
I mean, that movie has a charm to it. Like, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I mean, they remade it. I think Trucks was a remake of it, technically. But I don't remember anything about Trucks.
I think Trucks came out before Maximum Overdrive.
You guys are thinking of Disney's Cars.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I love the part when the
That-
car that has the buck teeth demands to be refueled by Emilio Estevez or it'll gun him down.
I like cars when the car with the buck teeth runs over Gage.
Yep, that was sad. That
Yeah.
part.
But yeah, I wonder if Miko Hughes is going to make an appearance. I think he's like the only most popular surviving member of the cast from the original movie.
No, I like Dale Midkiff quite a bit. He was great as Lewis.
It'd be nice to see someone from the original Pet Sematary show up.
Did they have any cameos in it from anybody?
I don't think so.
No,
Off
I
the
don't
top of
think
my
so.
head, I don't think so.
There are 10 Children of the Corn movies.
10?
God,
The
10,
Puppet
yeah.
Master is over that because they have at least
Puppet
11.
Master's at 13 or 14. But in 2000, they did a run from 92 to 2001 where 6 movies were released in 9 years. And then 2009 was a remake. And then Genesis in 2011 and Runaways, the newest one.
which one's the one with Michael Ironside and they're in a hotel?
Who knows?
That could be any of them.
Yeah.
Does he get his hand ripped off?
Yeah, he does.
So it's a prequel to the Starship Troopers.
It
Yeah,
He
is.
screams medic.
It is. Rough.
He screams medic and Quaid, and he can't
Rejects
remember what movie he's in.
roughnecks.
Yeah, no, I saw that Children of the Corn back when I think Dimensions was like the master of like straight to video,
Yeah.
and I think that was one of their films.
It's been like 4, 5, or 6, one of those, because I remember 2 and 3 really well.
Yeah, I remember I got it because it said on the back rated R for nudity, and being
You're like, yeah.
being a young preteen, I wanted to see as much nudity as I could. It was like a game. My mom would take me to the video rental store, and I would try to sneak in movies with other movies, so she wouldn't think anything of it. She'd be like, "Oh, okay, you want to get Monster Squad? Okay, The Goonies. Okay, Flesh Gordon. Oh, okay, yeah, Flesh Gordon. Okay, what's Flesh Gordon about?"
Beauty and the Beast, Stay Low, and
Oh, man.
But you would.
It's okay, Mom. It's the Criterion version.
Oh, God. So let me ask you guys something. When you were young and you went to the video store, and this kind of goes for everyone because we're talking about Stephen King movies, and the movies that made us who we are. What were some of the things you did behind your parents' back to get them to rent a movie for you, if you have any?
oh, I mean, I used to.
Mine was more with music. My dad used to be
Mine
a
were comics.
subscriber to like BMG and Columbia House. You guys remember that shit?
Oh yeah, Columbia House still calls me.
Like 7 CDs for like 11 cents or something like that.
Yeah. But this was back when they still did cassettes. So I would, oh, Dad, yeah. This Snoop Doggy Dogg out CD is going to be great. He would always ask me if there was something left to add to it. And I think I got Warren G also. That was back when I was in my gangsta rap phase.
I used to rent stuff. My mom said I could watch anything as long as there weren't tits in it. My dad didn't give a shit. So I would just try to watch stuff when my dad was around. I remember I got in trouble for Creepshow 2, The Raft. My mom walked in just during that scene, and I'm like, uh-oh. So it's funny because I vowed to never put nudity in my movies when I was a kid because I didn't want any other kid to have to go through that where he wasn't allowed to see movies that he would like. And so far, aside from some disturbing male nudity, I have kept that promise to myself.
There was only boobs in one part of the raft, and she walked in on the worst part.
She had like a fucking sixth sense about that. Like Phantasm 2, she walked in during the sex scene with Reggie and Alchemy. I couldn't watch that movie for like 2 years on because I saw it on Monster Vision. I didn't know there was tits in it. I saw the TV version, so and then my dad's like, I don't give a shit.
My mom didn't care pretty much. She let me watch whatever I wanted for the most part. Like she used to try to tell me to close my eyes when there was nudity, but I'm like, come on. There are 13 Puppet Master movies and 21 Amityville movies.
Holy fuck.
One?
Yeah, 21 in
Holy
the last
fuck.
What the fuck are they?
39 years.
I don't know of 21. I know like Amityville 2 and like Amityville 3D, then the remake.
There's a Patty Duke movie that came out, and it was the fourth one. There was one called It's About Time. It was Amityville 92. There's one called Dollhouse. There's Amityville Exorcism.
I've never heard of any of these.
Dude, it's ridiculous how many there are.
Are they theatrical or direct-to-video?
Nope, the first three were theatrical, and that's it.
Oh my god. That's a pretty bad batting average.
Very bad.
Yeah, 3 for 21. That's 1 for 7. That's like a 142 average.
I would ask the question, who's funding these movies? But then again, Sci-Fi has like shark movies out every month. So
I think a couple of those Amityvilles were Sci-Fi's actually too.
Oh, were they?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Did Asylum get their filthy paws on them?
I think one was called Amityville Asylum. I'm not joking. I literally think that one of them was called Amityville Asylum.
Wow.
Fucking Sharktopus comes out of the house. Oh, speaking of which, House Shark was a good movie. You guys ever get a chance to see it?
Hilarious.
I own it. I just got it recently. It's on my list of movies to watch. I just watched Pieces of Talent last night.
How did it make you feel, Ray?
I didn't like it. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I tried so hard to like it, and I didn't at all. It was an art house, and I saw the poster that I looked up for it for my post on Facebook said beautiful, and it was shot beautifully. It really was, but the main character, I couldn't stand him at all, and how naive this girl is in the movie really blows my mind in this day and age. It just wasn't a good movie to me. I mean, some other people may like it. It wasn't for me. That's all there is. I mean, who knows? And I know there are people who do like it. It's shot beautifully. I don't know what the budget was, but I mean, for an independent film, it looked great. It was one of the better looking independent films. It just wasn't a good movie to me.
I hear a lot about it. I never saw it though. I've been meaning to check it out.
What'd you say it was called? Pieces of Talent?
Pieces of shit. I mean, talent. Yeah.
Not me.
Mike, I don't know if you'd like it. I don't think it's something you'd like.
What's it about?
Well, it's about a guy who is making a movie. And basically what he does is he hires somebody to go out to this wooded area off some highway to film some stuff, like B-roll stuff. And that's what he does with the first person, and he just beats the shit out of him and chases him around and eventually kills him. But he films all of it. And he tries to hire some actor, like big name actor guy, and he takes him out to the same. It does the same thing basically, and ends up putting him on a table. I don't know. I just didn't. It just wasn't. It was dumb. I didn't like it at all. I feel bad shitting on an indie film, but it wasn't a good indie film, and I'm going to speak my mind about indie films from now on instead of being nice about it because, luckily I was given that movie, but like I've wasted money on movies that I didn't think were good. I'm not going to name them, but I've at least wasted $60 on movies that aren't good, and I don't want to waste money on good money that I have to earn on movies that are just not good.
You bought 3 copies of I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Sorry, I would have warned you.
I mean, I like supporting indie filmmakers, but let's face it, not all indie films are good. Some of them are bad.
That goes without saying for any film budget. Everything comes down to personal taste, and I've seen a lot of stuff on the festival circuit I was not a fan of. Sometimes I see stuff that really blows my mind.
Yeah.
But,
something that doesn't seem like it would completely changes you.
Well, with this Pieces of Talent movie, I was hoping to like it, and I tried. I hate that whenever I try to like something, and maybe that's the problem. I tried to like it. I tried to enjoy the characters, but I didn't like the characters, and the main character kept reminding me of Weird Al, the main bad guy. He was like he got this maniacal Joker type laugh, and he looks like Weird Al, and it's just
like UHF Weird Al.
Yeah,
I love UHF.
Yeah, I love that man. He's really good. But I don't know. My next independent horror movie I need to watch is Circus of the Dead, which I've heard good things about. Also, we'll see.
Yeah, I I just got Bong of the Dead.
That's good. I like
My
that.
little thing from Mail Day. Let's check it out. I got the signed poster.
I got
waiting to
Bong.
get
I got
that.
Bong of the Living Dead too.
I have the Blu-ray right here. It's a signed Blu-ray of Bong of the Living Dead, signed by the cast and director. Scream Team releasing, and I was one of the first 30 people to order this. These are now collector's items. This here is a Skull Bowl. Check that out, ladies and gentlemen.
One of the first 30 people, or just the first and only person to order that movie?
No, these are all out. They're all sold out.
Holy shit! You can't really eat much cereal out of that though.
Yeah. And yeah, look, it's legit. It is legit. There it is. So yeah. So if you were one of the lucky ones to grab a bowl from Bong of the Dead, I believe their colors were clear, green, red, and purple. It comes in a Blu-ray slipcover of marijuana in a baggie. So there's that. So
Yeah, I got the one with the slipcover too, but I did not get a bowl.
No.
So at least 30 people bought the movie. So good going, Bong of the Living Dead.
They're doing really good. That movie is really. It's like I said before. It's surprisingly heartfelt. It gets very melancholy.
I plan on buying that eventually. I saw when I was at Days of the Dead, I was talking to Max because we're trying to get him on the show, but he can't figure out how to use the internet. He said.
How do you make a feature-length movie but not know how to use the internet?
That was what I was wondering. But anyway, I was trying to help him, walk him through it and everything. I kept telling him, I was like, your movie's probably way bigger than you may expect. He's like, why do you say that? And I said, because when I was at Days of the Dead, I saw it. It seemed like everywhere I turned, I saw somebody wearing a Bong shirt, or I saw a poster or something. He's like, so well, that's good to hear. I'm like, yeah. And I wanted to say, but I don't plan on watching it. I do. I'll get it eventually. I just haven't jumped on it yet. I've been gun shy about buying movies lately because, like Rosemary's Baby, Criterion. I really, really want to get that, and I, for some reason, want to make that the next one I get, but I can't pull the trigger on it. And then plus, like Mike and I were talking.
Retail
it was the whole Scream Factory bullshit. Has really kind of bummed me out and kind of pulled me away from buying any movies, just period. So plus, if I just wait, I could wait long enough until I know when there's a certain movie coming from Scream Team, and I'll just buy them both at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the Return of the Swamp Thing Blu-ray that's out. It's like $40.
Wait, Return of the Swamp Thing on Blu-ray?
Yeah, it just came out.
From who?
Oh, the one on Criterion.
I will look it up right now.
I was gonna say I'm on Amazon right now.
Arrow?
No, it's not Arrow. It's somebody small.
It is Return of the Swamp Thing, and it is a MVD Rewind collection.
Huh? Never heard of that.
And
it's like $40.
Damn, that's expensive.
Yeah, but it comes
at V-Stock for $15.99.
I was gonna say it's on Amazon for $17.30.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Because if the Return of the Swamp Thing DVD, the out of print is also $30 as well.
The Blu-ray is $17.30 on Amazon.
It's kind of funny because when the Return of the Swamp Thing came out, I remember they had a whole assembly line of toys.
Yeah.
Now it's like you can't find them anywhere.
The toys are awesome with it, and then they have the cartoon show, which I have on DVD as well, with the Unmen and the Unmen Transducer. Those toys are badass.
Yeah, I love them. They came with the little heads, like the little insect heads. And I know Swamp Thing had different types of Swamp Thing characters. Like one had a stretched out hand, and you could retract it back.
Yeah, one of them changed color so he could blend in with foliage.
Mm-hmm.
I had one that was he was multicolored. He was red, orangish, and green at the bottom. It was weird.
Yeah.
Cool. He had a little foot. Oh, my old roommate Emily Flores just joined. Hello, Emily. Can't get enough now that you've moved out. I see. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Emily.
I really wish they made an action figure of the two kids in that movie. The ones who find
Did they ever make a giant leech monster toy?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think most of the toys were based off the short-lived animated series they had.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Man,
there
that leech monster was so cool in that movie. I love that shit.
wasn't there like or like a actual like reality series? Not a reality series, but
Oh, live action.
live action. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lifetime reality series.
Swamp Thing, you're drunk again.
This is what happens when five scientists stop being fake and start being real.
Start being real.
The live action Swamp Thing show was so bad. There's a little kid that's one of the main characters who is so goddamn annoying that at the end of the first season, they sell him into white slavery. I'm not even joking. And Swamp Thing doesn't save him. And then the beginning of the second season, they're just like, we're still looking for your son. Don't worry, we'll find him one day. And you just see him in the back of a truck in a crate with his eyes like peering through the slats, and they never mention him again.
That's pretty cool.
It's so fucked up.
Was there an episode where like there's like a heavy metal rocker and he kills himself and the Swamp Thing's like there in purgatory with him? It's just like, why did you kill yourself?
Probably. I repressed most of that show. It's on DVD. It's really bad. Like really. It's like.
Is it Canadian RoboCop band?
No, it's like
I had no idea it was a thing.
Yeah, Swamp Thing.
It's Swamp Thing.
It's the same quality as like the Incredible Hulk show from the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically the same type of deal.
Minus Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing's coming back, so.
Well, the comics are still going strong.
Well, he was gone for a while. He came back a few years ago. No, he's coming back. Derek Mears, who played Jason's going to play him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's more of like a DC Comics universe type thing, not a standalone, because it is a DC Comics property.
So what I always thought was really funny about Swamp Thing in the original movie, the Wes Craven one, is that he doesn't really do anything. He just kind of tosses people.
Yeah.
He just like throws them, and then out of the blue, like in the third act, he just stomps on someone's head and it explodes. And I'm like, holy shit, that escalated quick.
Well, he was gone for a while. He came back a few years ago. No, he's coming back. Derek Mears. What's going on?
We got a major echo.
No, yeah, he
universe type thing. Not
doesn't really do much in the movie, and it isn't until the very end when he's like, "All right, I'm angry. I'm gonna start killing people now."
Doesn't he sword fight somebody and cut their arm off too?
Yeah, the swordfish, the giant swordfish monster at the end of the movie. The one scientist turns into it, right?
It's like a muskrat or something, right? And then he literally sword fights.
I don't remember the movie. It was such a long time ago. I watched Return of the Swamp Thing more than I've watched the Swamp Thing. I mean, of course, we all watched the Swamp Thing for Adrienne Barbeau. I get it, but Return of the Swamp Thing had like but Return of the Swamp Thing had like the most like it was definitely like the worst acting. It was a lot. Acting was more atrocious than Swamp Thing and Troll 2.
In Return of the Swamp Thing, doesn't he like drug a chick and she hallucinates that he's a normal dude and they like bang it out in the pond or something?
Yeah.
I just remember Heather Locklear's in that one.
Yeah, it's Heather Locklear that he does it to. I'm like, that's kind of fucked up. Like, here, eat this swamp flower, and then she starts like tripping.
Well, hey, I mean, it's a lot worse.
Up, I'm gonna do you, and I'm like, that's really messed up.
It's a lot worse knowing that she moved on to Spin City after that.
Well, I mean, what do you think would happen?
Melrose Place first, then Spin City.
Oh, Melrose Place.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah.
I was always more of a Beverly Hills 90210 kind of girl with stockings.
Which is the it was not Beverly Hills. It was not Beverly Hills 90210. It was another show like that where everyone dies, like violently.
Oh, Party of Five.
Was it Party of Five? I think it was Party of Five.
I have no idea.
Party of Bullshit? I don't know. I didn't watch any of that stuff.
I didn't watch any of it.
We're a horror show.
Anyways, what the fuck are we talking about? Let's rein it in.
Party of Five because Nev Campbell was in Scream and she was in Party of Five.
She was a Party of the Five.
One time I went to Olive Garden with some friends and we had to get our table. They were like, what's your name? And I was like, Campbell. So then they go, Campbell, Party of Five. And I started cracking up and everyone is staring at me and the waitress is like, really, dude? I thought it was funny.
Oh, come on. It probably made that server's night. Working at Olive Garden, I remember horror stories working at Olive Garden, and something like that would make my night.
Wow.
I'm glad that you were able to do that joke. We have Chris Weddy says, "Have you guys ever seen the documentary of making a pet cemetery? I believe it's called Unearthed."
Unearthed Untold.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
right. You bought it, right?
I still need to see that. I hear it's
Love
pretty
it.
good.
It's on Shudder, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got the Blu-ray. It's really good. The only problem that I have with it is the original Pet Sematary. You know, I decided yesterday it's shit, and it's not good anymore. So, you know, watching the
When the
documentary.
remake comes, it disappears.
What's that?
When the remake comes around, it disappears.
Yeah,
It's no longer available.
you know, it was just tough to watch a
It's
documentary about such a lackluster movie that's become a classic.
yeah.
And then
It's
all
good.
of a sudden, it's shit.
It's going to be on a triple pack with Delta Force and Delta Force 2. It's
Ooh,
going to be
actually,
Delta
it's
Force,
only
Delta Force 2, and
pack.
Pet Cemetery.
I don't know. I love the Pet Sematary movie. I don't understand why. I'm still trying to think of why it needed to be remade. And
I'm
I
still shaking my head.
well, it leads me to think, like I said in the chat, that I believe in the next 3 or 4 years we're probably going to see a rash of Stephen King properties get remade. So,
Yeah.
and it's.
I'd be surprised. I wonder if they're going to do Thinner.
I said, about
Dude,
that.
I was thinking about that earlier.
Yeah, Thinner would be an okay one. Somebody said The Stand, theatrical version of The Stand would be cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like
theatrical
4
versions, they
hours
would
long,
not
though.
agree.
Was anyone else disappointed with Castle Rock?
I didn't. I got about 6 episodes in, and my Hulu got hacked.
I wasn't.
Company?
I wasn't.
It was I don't know, like I like the build and everything, but there were just some episodes that it could have done without. I don't think if it does get renewed for a second season, or maybe they have already announced it, I don't know. I think they need to like jump on something though.
Well, it is like with a lot of those kind of shows, they stretch it out with dialogue and stuff, and
Yeah, and you think it's going somewhere, and then it doesn't go there.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird. Don't hate on Delta Force, LOL, Brian White. No, Delta Force is a very good movie. That was just a joke.
another Stephen King movie that I don't think needs to be remade is Secret Window with Johnny Depp.
Mm.
Forgot about that movie.
People don't remember that one very well.
Castle Rock was confirmed for season 2.
Oh, was
Not rainy.
okay, good, because they ended on cliffhanger.
Graveyard Shift needs to be remade. I think.
I love that movie.
Really.
That movie's fucking great.
Yeah.
How about the Langoliers? You guys want to see the Langoliers remade?
Yeah. The Langoliers, I don't think I need to see ever again.
I'm a big pusher for Sleepwalkers being remade,
That would be
or the Tommy Knockers.
Oh yeah.
Tommy Knockers. Are they going to get Jimmy Smits again?
Yeah. I remember that. What was the other one that came out around that time frame? The Golden Years?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know of it. I never saw it.
It was around the same time Tommy Knockers came out. It was a TV miniseries. I want to say it was called The Golden Years.
Want to see the Langoliers? Yeah. Brian White, Salem's Lot needs a proper film outing, and Chris Weddy, a Needful Things remake could be cool.
I could agree with Needful Things. I don't know if I want another Salem's
Needful
Lot,
Things
though.
is pretty good, I thought. I can't believe you like Graveyard Shift.
What's wrong with Graveyard Shift?
It's terrible. The only good thing about that movie is when Eric Roberts, is that Eric Roberts?
Eric Roberts.
For fucking like messing up his car.
I don't know. That movie's got some great fucking special effects. It's got what's his face? Oh my god, I'm blanking here. Brad Dourif. It's like the Vietnam vet with PTSD who's like an exterminator telling like fucked up like Nam stories and shit. He gets his head smashed, and there's a giant bat for some reason. Even though the whole like the back of the box at Blockbuster said it was about giant rats, and the whole movie's about rats, and then there's just a giant bat, and I'm like, what a twist! I love it.
Brian White.
So so grimy and nasty looking and stuff. And my friend Aaron Dries, my beautiful bae from Australia, he went on a tour of all the filming locations, and he promised that he'd take me there one day to our special place at Mill.
Brian White says they are remaking Tommy Knockers.
What the fuck was that movie even about? I remember I had it as a kid.
Aliens.
Well, like I remember like a chick with like laser lipstick and like a post office guy, and the sheriff got blown up by a soda machine. I just remember him saying Coca-Cola. They say it's bad for you, but everything gives you cancer. And then he goes to get a soda, and like a robot arm comes out and grabs, and then it explodes. Is that the same movie?
That's Chopping Mall.
Yeah, it was. It did like it'd be in Shopping Mall. You'd think.
Tommy Knockers knocking at your door.
Ron Buchanan says Firestarter remake. How you guys think about that? Do you think we can bring back Charleston Heston?
They did remake that, didn't they?
They made a sequel.
Bring back who?
Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston.
Wasn't he in it, or was
Is
it?
he alive still?
No, it wasn't Charlton Heston. It was
Keith David.
No, who was the old guy in that?
Or
movie?
David Keith, one or the other. I was getting confused.
Keith David. I forgot that those two names.
David Keith and Keith David.
Yeah, it was David Keith.
It was David Keith. He's in Major League 2, right?
The white guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, who was in the?
That's another movie that Andrew Locklear is in. Martin Sheen's in it. George C. Scott. Is that who you're talking about?
George C. Scott. Yeah, from The Changeling. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's dead.
What about the Dark Half?
For what?
Dark Half. That was a stupid movie.
Did they make a movie for that?
Yeah, it was Romero directed it.
I don't think I've ever seen it actually. The Night Flyer.
The Night Flyer is excellent.
I've never seen it because it's so goddamn hard to get.
Well, you can't find it anywhere. That needs a Blu-ray release, like big time.
I would say Scream Factory, but I'm almost gonna buy a shirt that says "Fuck Scream Factory."
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like their sales are really kind of disappointing. I sent you guys the link.
Their awesome Shocktober sale, where everything is 40% off, right? Except they just knocked the list price back up to $40.
Yeah.
Paying the same price you do on Amazon or anywhere else, except you pay $8 to ship a damn fucking disc.
Yeah, no, it's garbage. Some of the movies have a pretty good deal in there. Like I saw some movies on there for $8 or $9.
Yeah, the Vampire Lovers is on there for $9. That's almost worth it.
What is?
The Vampire Lovers.
Never saw it.
They have
you're missing out.
I think they have Vampire's Kiss that they released. I want to get that, but I think that comes with it.
I have a Vampire Lovers right here.
Huh.
Along with the Screaming Skull, the Vampire, and Bat People.
Is Vampire's Lovers? Is that Vampire's Lesbos? Are they the same movie?
That's a different movie.
No, but it should be that. Ingrid Pitt. It's just like a sexually driven movie with vampires.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Sounds like my biography.
Yeah. Vampire's Lesbos.
LeBeau's.
I would, I'm looking forward to the Pet Sematary remake, despite all the terrible things like children wearing masks and the horror fans absolutely going crazy about it. Because you know what it is? I noticed that the diehard horror fans are pissed off more than the rest of the world. That makes any sense. Oh, hey, Mike, and hey, Tony. What's up? My brother's from New York. Thanks for watching. We're in the middle talking about the Pet Sematary remake. Why should we have it, and are we excited?
I'm not excited. I guess I'm excited to see what they do with it. There's certain scenes and certain things that I want to see that were in the movie that I hope they don't omit. And there's like things about like Judd's wife, for instance, is one thing that was omitted from the movie, and I wonder if they're going to bring her back into this movie, which I doubt, because what's the point, right?
Yeah.
Did you read the book?
I did. I don't remember the specifics of it though.
I read the book back in the 7th grade.
Yeah, there's something, I don't know. I don't care about the kids in that. I think the whole idea with the kids in the mask is it's a ceremony for burying an animal or something like that, which I don't care about that.
Well,
It's-
I care about it because I feel like it's going to be a recurring like nightmare image. That's like so it's like all spooky and twitchy, and I think that's going to be a thing. And that's
I hope they don't do that shit.
Yeah.
And they look like ghost kids because they all like turned and looked at the camera. I was like, oh boy, this is what we needed.
Yeah.
You know what I was just thinking? What would really piss off horror fans if they remade Shaun of the Dead, like in the next couple of years.
That wouldn't piss me off.
I don't think you can remake a comedy like that. Like,
Yeah.
Ray does not like Shaun of the Dead, everybody.
Like it, so
You didn't like Shaun of the Dead?
Ray does not like Shaun of the Dead, people. Roast him.
I liked it originally, but it got to a point where I didn't like it because every time we had any kind of party, people wanted to watch fucking Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, I get
saw
that.
way too much, and now I can barely stomach watching it. So
Well, here in New Jersey, it's heroin and it's Boondock Saints. Everyone wants heroin and Boondock Saints.
I'll take the heroin over Boondock Saints. Both of them starting either of them is a terrible life decision.
Do you not like Boondock Saints, Mike?
I fucking hate that movie.
Me
Really?
I can't.
Since I saw it when it first came out, my friends in like middle school were obsessed with it. I'm like, Jesus, it was dumb.
It was really good, but it's also pretentious at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I didn't like it either.
I didn't care for it. It was nice to see Norman Reedus before he was like famous Norman Reedus, but
Norman Reedus hasn't changed a bit.
it doesn't do anything for me. Yeah,
Reedus.
He's
He
like
just-
a vampire.
he just looks like he hasn't showered. That's all.
No,
No, it's that his eyes have become progressively squintier.
he's looking over and over. He was in Blade 2, and we remember that.
Scud.
Good.
He was Scud.
And basically, he talked just like Daryl. He's just like Daryl. I don't know if the guy has any acting range. I think he's just plays himself. I don't like him. Everybody, I remember in the early days of The Walking Dead, if Daryl dies, we riot. I said, Daryl dies, I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, well, if Daryl dies now, I think it would just end the show, which is
Well, I'm surprised they're still keeping it going after the lead character dropped off.
I want to say this is coming up on the end, I think.
mhm.
I hope so.
Might have been
Yeah.
my dad. Might have been my dad that said this next season might be the last season.
Well, it's the last season with Rick, I was told.
And Maggie.
Yeah.
See, The Walking Dead started so fucking strong, and that pisses me off because I was a huge fan of the graphic novels, and a lot of us were, and then kind of segued into AMC's The Walking Dead, and we had Frank Darabont attached, and all of his cronies from like the movies, like The Mist and Shawshank Redemption,
All the Stephen King adaptations.
yeah, and all of them were in it, and
That's one that didn't be remade. Both of those shouldn't be remade.
and
Shawshank never.
no,
And
never.
Neither one of them
Maybe
should be remade.
Shawshank Redemption, but set in modern day.
Yeah, but I mean,
It was there for like traffic citations and stuff. And like,
I've never seen The Green Mile, and I'm sure it's a good movie.
You've never seen it, really?
I've never seen The Green Mile. I have it on DVD. It's just sitting there in its shrink wrap.
have you
It's
ever
actually-
joined the Green Mile High Club?
Yeah, you showed me that last time we met, Mike.
When you get head in the electric chair as you're being executed.
Oh my!
Okay, yours was worse than mine. Mine was just getting fucked by a swamp thing up in a plane.
Well, I stopped showering for a few weeks, then took a trip in an airplane. I guess I was kind of similar.
You were like swamp thing.
I like
Lonnie Reimer says they Nickelback.
8-hour shift to at the pizza place. Flip swamp thing.
yeah, absolutely.
The Swamp Grundle.
Poor
Lonnie Reimer says Nickelback. They Nickelbacked it. My brother shared a link and he said, "Die, Daryl, die." Okay. Thanks, Mike. I guess he doesn't like Walking Dead either. Green Mile made my wife cry. Lonnie Reimer. And
I've actually read that book, and it's pretty close to the book.
yeah,
It's a good movie.
is that the movie where Tom Hanks finds a soccer ball?
Yeah.
Last time I checked, no.
Okay.
Finds a soccer ball and he plays. He has a game of catch with Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
There we go.
And the soccer ball's name was Wilson.
Well, it's actually. I think it's a volleyball in the movie, but
Yeah.
It is a volleyball. Damn, I gotta see the Green Mile then. Volleyballs are pretty extreme.
Tom Hanks also wears a devil mask through most of the movie.
Is he having a bachelor party as well?
Yeah, and they kill a horse, and or a donkey or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You
I
guys
mean,
know about Fightful Goes West?
I love fucking
I think your movies are getting switched up there.
Total
think-
random.
I just started slurring my words. That allergy medicine just hit me.
It's okay. You're secretly having a stroke. We get it.
Dude, I don't doubt it, man. I feel like I'm drunk right now. It's not
We need we definitely need more Stephen King adaptations and remakes, I guess. But the one that I really want to see personally is always going to be Maximum Overdrive. I think we can do it. And we need Steven Seagal, not Steven Seagal.
Yeah, Steven Seagal needs to be in it.
We need Steven Seagal.
We need Steven Seagal.
It's a kung fu bird that lets me know that.
We need Steven Seagal on cocaine directing this movie. And Stephen King and Steven Spielberg.
I know we've touched on that before in a podcast, but like the way technology is advanced these days, like cell phones and like aerial drones and Maximum Overdrive could be terrifying in the right way.
It could be.
Wait, wasn't that movie like Hawkeye or whatever, where like two kids are like getting watched by someone through all the electronics?
Eagle Eye.
Eagle Eye, yeah. Isn't
Yeah.
that a Maximum Overdrive spinoff, pretty much?
No,
Was that the kid from Donnie Darko was in that?
it was better than. No, it was Shia LaBeouf. It was better than Maximum Overdrive, that's for sure.
Shia LaBeouf.
How about Cat's Eye? Have you guys ever seen Cat's Eye? Wasn't that Stephen King?
Cat's Eye.
Sorry, that doesn't need to be touched.
It's got Smoker Quitters Inc. and then the hilarious one about the giant rat. It's very much Graveyard Shift. I think we should just address the elephant in the room a while, guys. The Mangler. We're definitely due for a 2019 reboot. The lack of possessed laundry machines in modern cinema is nearly as terrifying as the lack of brain sucking.
I remember when my mom rented that for me. I'll never forget. She's like, "There's a new horror movie out. You ready to watch it? What's it called? The Mangler." And I sat there for however long watching. I'm like,
Wait, so the laundry machines kill people? How did people get inside the laundry machines?
Various reasons, mostly stupid ones. Really, it's a really batshit movie. Tobe Hooper directed it, and it's really fucking weird.
Yep.
And it's got a lot of really nasty gore in it too.
"Yeah, but it's still not good."
It's something. It's Robert Englund gives like the fucking hammiest performance of all
That's
time.
why she rented it for me, because it had Robert Englund in it. That's right.
Got like double leg braces, the fake eye, and he's missing fingers, and he just runs around trying to like bang his niece. It's really fucking weird. He screams a lot in wide angle close-ups. It's very strange.
So what about John Carpenter's Christine?
I try to repress that movie.
Yeah, but as a remake, I could see that. But here's one of my things about some of these remakes. Like with it, they're making it now. Basically, they're setting it up to be present day for the most part. I don't want some of these movies to be present day. I like Christine. I would like it if they ever remade it, which they really don't need to keep it back when it took place in 82, 83, whatever it was. I don't like when they bring things in the present time because there's something about now that bugs me. It's probably Disney Channel.
Well, wait, what if they made Christine about like a 2013 Ford Focus? Like a four-door, like with a hatchback, like something that's it's economical but still
like a Prius or something.
And they make a sequel to it, and it's called Christine versus OnStar.
Yeah.
Christine, I wouldn't mind Christine. I really like that movie though, the original Christine.
Yeah.
I'm on board for the Salem's Lot.
That would be good.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly I love the 79 miniseries, and I didn't mind the Rob Lowe miniseries all that much either from 2002. But
You know they made one.
yeah, they did. I got it. Actually, this is
There's
like
a Return to Salem's Lot too. Do you have that?
What's that?
There was a Return to Salem's Lot. Do you have that?
Not yet. I want to get that, but I have this. and it's got all the miniseries. This is okay. I'd rather see a theatrical remake of The Shining than this, because Danny is hard to look at. I'm just going to throw that out there. He's hard to take serious, and he's hard to look at. The kid's like this the whole time.
Oh yeah, he rolls a lot too, right?
Yeah, it's annoying, and I mean, I feel bad because that's he's got a problem. But like, why would you cast somebody who looked like that in a serious movie?
Catching flies.
Hey
Yeah.
kid, do what you do.
I mean, and Rebecca De Mornay's in it, and she does well, and so does the father. What's his name? Jared, I forget.
Steven Weber.
Who looks just like Christian Bale. Like almost his mannerisms are exactly the same as Christian Bale. So
Well,
then,
I might have to watch that one one-handed.
yeah, exactly. I did. And then Salem's Lot wasn't bad, but it was updated, and I think they tried to get closer to the book, but still failed at it. And Rutger Hauer played Kurt Barlow. Donald Sutherland was good in it though. It wasn't bad. But these are all 4 hours long, so or something like that.
Can we all agree a Dolores Claiborne musical instead of a remake?
I can see that. Oh, they could do a ballad called Limp Noodle. That would be a good one. A total eclipse of the murder scene.
Yeah, Dolores Claiborne. I think that was like the only other Stephen King book I read besides. And no, I won't say that. I read it. I read Pet Sematary, and I read The Shining, and I read Dolores Claiborne. I think Dolores Claiborne is like, out of all the movies, I think that definitely should not get a remake, because I think Kathy Bates fucking killed it.
She did a great job in that movie. That movie's really disturbing.
Yeah,
She's a great thing. She's great in just about anything. Somebody says, "What about Cujo?"
Cujo. That'd be a good remake.
Remaking Cujo. I don't care about that movie.
If they're gonna choose an aggressive breed, they should make Cujo a Chihuahua.
Yeah. Couldn't even reach the window of the door. I was going to say that Carrie should never be remade again either. There's 3 versions of Carrie, and a sequel, The Rage.
Hey, listen, the Canadian TV series version or the TV movie Carrie was actually really good.
It's not bad.
You know what's interesting? In 3 remakes of Carrie, they've yet to make
remakes of Carrie.
They've yet to make her fat and ugly like she was in the book.
Yeah, she's always been skinny.
She's always like a movie star, and it's like, why are they bullying her?
Well, I mean, they decided to go with Sissy Spacek for the original movie because she looked like a fucking skeleton. So that's why, like, her face looks like it's just a skull.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be cast to play Skeletor in the He-Man adaptation coming out.
I would have been okay with that.
Because she's creepy looking, honestly. But yeah, all 3 Carries were like, pale skin, skinny chicks. Yeah, I don't know. I never read Carrie the book because the movie doesn't really do much for me either. Not even the up scene.
The book wasn't bad. I liked the Brian De Palma movie. I thought that was probably the strongest one out of all of them. But I did like the direct-to-TV movie.
I love the Rage Carrie too.
I know. No, not that one.
I like seeing the character from Home Alone or Home Improvement getting killed.
He's in a couple things. Is it the oldest one?
Yeah, he's in Burn Notice in an episode. He gets killed.
He was in another movie where he got killed, or he played like a rapist or something like that.
Have you guys seen the new Carrie with Chloe Moretz Grace and Julianne Moore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it good?
It's okay.
Julianne Moore actually played the mom pretty well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because Julianne Moore is fucking amazing.
Or I got the original Carrie 2, and the 2002 remake all in one set.
Okay.
Now I do have the Scream Factory Carrie as well, and I do have the remake. I bought it for $2. I'm a big fan of buying things from Family Video, especially when they say rental exclusive.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
That means you get no special features.
Family Video, we don't have any video rental stores around here. So when I see things like that, rental exclusive, that breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Several pieces.
Yeah,
Do you
there's
guys
like
have red boxes on the East Coast?
We
Yeah.
do have red boxes, yeah.
Fuck it, I'm watching The Rage Carry 2 tonight.
Jared, I only have red boxes when I eat Swamp Thing's flour when I'm at the bar and you I wake up like that.
Red box and blue balls.
Oh, there's a lot of algae in my ass. I don't remember this happening.
I would love to see I can't wait for the Swamp Thing. I hear him saying I would love to see it come back. But Derek Mears, I'm glad that he was chosen to play the Swamp Thing, even though it's not Stephen King. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it sucks that he's not going to be coming back as Jason, but
Yeah,
we don't want to get into that.
one could hope. So I think we had another topic lined up. Like it was just a short hot take topic. Like, is there any horror movie that you don't want to be remade? Period. Like, not Stephen King, just any horror movie. Period.
I mean,
Go
I'm
ahead.
hearing White Doomsday never needs a remake.
Oh no, I was thinking about doing Return to White Doomsday. But I was thinking about setting it during Passover instead.
I'm dreaming of a Passover, a white Passover.
Why don't you do I'm Dreaming of a White Hanukkah so it lasts for 7 days?
I could do something like that. I just feel like I'm alienating half of the potential audience by setting it at Christmas. So, I mean, it's in the works. I'm not sure quite what we're gonna do yet, but
I'm dreaming of a happy holiday.
If there's any movie that I do not want remade, and I know Mike Labardo stands behind me 100% on this one, I would not want the Monster Squad remade. The Monster Squad is perfect in every way, shape, and form.
It's going to be remade, I guarantee it.
Oh God, I hope
I
not.
guarantee it. I feel the same way.
What would Monster Squad be now? Like the Jigsaw thing, Annabelle, like. What would it be?
What is this generation's Universal
same way, or it could be Freddy and Jason. But no, they probably do it the same way with the same monsters. I mean, when Monster Squad was made, we're talking almost 50 years after the Universal stuff was popular.
Yeah, but the Universal stuff kind of had a comeback. I mean, I don't know that kids today would be tolerant to sit through it.
Well, they weren't just into those kind of movies. I mean, the movie that he was sitting on watching at the drive-in was like a Jason type movie,
It's called Groundhog Day or something like that.
Yeah. So they're just into monsters. It just happened to be the real life monsters, in the movie that happened to be, the Universal classic monsters. So the whole Monster Squad. Remember they made what was it? Spider with human head. What a great name for a character, but. They were doing their own monsters too, so it just happened to be those monsters.
I just don't think that there's really that many monster movies coming out these days that kids would relate to.
Yeah, I bet you it gets remade. I bet you it does. They're going to remake everything. They're going to remake. I heard Lauren Lapree's movie, Dark Military, is in the process of getting remade. No,
I know it's getting a sequel.
Yeah.
My big break in acting.
50 Shades Darker.
If he hires you.
Lonnie Reimer says he doesn't want the Killer Clowns from Outer Space remake. It's already perfect.
They're supposed to be doing a sequel though.
They've been supposed to be doing a sequel for years though.
Yeah, but on the Blu-ray they were talking about getting it into production.
That'd be nice.
Next year, yeah.
I don't think that it would really work now, because I think with the style of special effects and shit, I think it wouldn't be as charming.
I agree. I think it might be a waste.
Same thing I keep talking about, like some things that belong in the 80s. You could make that movie set in the 80s and probably try some of the same effects they used in the 80s and try to make it work. I don't know. Most of the movies I don't want to see remade have been remade. So,
can you pull one out of your hat?
I keep looking at my collection and no, I can't, because like all the ones that I love, It's Alive. How about that?
It's Alive.
Remake It's Alive.
They there are good remakes out there.
The Exorcist, they haven't remade that. They haven't remade The Exorcist.
I was gonna say Jaws is untouchable.
If they remade The Exorcist, would the tagline be the scariest film since The Exorcist?
it would probably be scarier than the original. Mike Enroy says, I don't know, Monster Squad is a feature, but as a Netflix series, it could work.
Ooh, I could see that.
That's interesting.
I think that's the general direction where we're going now. I think if anything's going to get remade properly, it should be a series. And we have the streaming sites. We have Hulu, we have Netflix, we have Shudder.
They're going to remake Monster Squad in some way, shape, or form, and it's going to be set in the 80s again.
It has to be.
Just because of fucking that Stranger Things. Okay, how about this? I do not want to see any of the Gates of Hell movies ever remade. I don't think they ever will either. The Beyond or City of Living Dead. I don't want to see those remade ever.
No, I wouldn't. Hellraiser is it for me. I don't want to see. They've already.
That's already remade. Come on, you know that will. No, Tombs of the Blind Dead. I don't want that remade. There you go.
You know, it'd be a great TV show. If they made Midian like off of Nightbreed, like a Nightbreed TV series, that would be pretty cool.
That,
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it.
The ones that I hold dear, like Nightmare, Candyman, then talks to getting a remake. You know, it's like
Who's playing Candyman? Jordan Peele?
They talked to Jordan Peele about making it, and like Tony Todd's on board with it. So,
I couldn't see Jordan Peele playing Candyman without laughing because he's
not playing Candyman. The director.
Got ya.
Just from watching Key and Peele, I can't take him seriously.
Yeah, Tony Todd. I would jump on that if I was Tony Todd. That's the movie that made him famous, and that's also going to be a huge paycheck.
I don't know if they'd get him to play Candyman again, though, but I'm sure he'd get at least a cameo. Reanimator, I'd like to see remade.
Oh, man. Well, they have, there's, in L.A., they're currently touring Reanimator, the opera. So there's actually videos of that on YouTube.
The opera.
Yeah, and George Wentz plays the detective in that movie, or in the musical.
Well, if they remake a Reanimator, I want them to do it the right way and make it a piece that takes place in the 1890s or whenever it takes place.
Yeah, the early 1900s.
Yeah, the story.
Yeah, I've read it before, but I just recently read it again, and it's like, dude, this would be so much creepier if they would make it like this and be more serious about it. I love Reanimator. Don't get me wrong, and like I said the other day, I watched Dagon, and I love that too. But I'd like to see a really serious adaptation of the actual Lovecraft story that takes place in it's either the 1890s or the 1920s, somewhere in that time frame. Herbert West Reanimator, and you have to call it that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
But otherwise I wouldn't want to ever see the way it's made in '85. If they remade that, I don't want to see that ever again.
Facebook land, we have wasn't there It Alive remake? We covered that. Ghoulies or Critters from Francisco Franco. I don't even know what to classify them as if they were remade. Steve Clark wants a Wishmaster remake. Francisco Franco, aren't they making a Nightbreed series? Oh shit, we covered that. Lonnie Reimer, I would like a Dead Next Door remake, and Ron Buchanan, The Lost Boys should never be remade. So we had that.
Dead Next Door.
Dead Next Door is amazing, but that movie has its charm because it was shot, in someone's backyard for 4 years on.
Like 4 or 5 years.
They should never remake this.
Jeepers Creepers.
Well, they should, but it should be a bunch of people violently beating Victor Salva.
That would be great. I'd be okay with that.
I'd be down with that. On that note, guys, I gotta hop off here because I've got to get ready for the festival tomorrow.
Thank God we can talk freely now.
Yeah, you can talk about how dumb my hair looks tonight and how I got a big nose. But that's okay.
You look adorable, so whatever you're thinking, think the exact opposite.
Maybe it's the allergy medicine talking, Brian, but I feel high as shit.
Yeah, go feel high as shit.
No, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, Facebook, and everyone. Thanks for tuning in and listening to me for a while. Now listen to guys that know more about what they're talking about than I do. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, buddy.
So you got Jason. I got my Universal Monsters mug that I got from Walmart for $5, but I think that artwork was stolen as well.
So
Yeah,
I thought long and hard.
Tumblr, Brian, of that Universal Monsters one, and I
What
think
happened?
it was stolen.
I think all the I think the company that Walmart buys their like pop figure products from, I think that all that shit's been stolen. Because I haven't seen a horror shirt at Walmart, like a horror movie shirt for $7.50 at Walmart in a few years now. So I wonder if they ran into some copyright issues with that. Because they had it for a while. They had they had a bunch of shirts. Like they had Halloween Resurrection. They had Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They had Child's Play, Chucky 3.
The Freddy one.
Yeah, and they had but like I don't see any of those horror movie T-shirts
No,
at
I
Walmart
can't blame
anymore.
Walmart for that. I don't know if that's their fault, but I'm really looking forward to watching the Rage Carry 2.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. The Rage
I
Guy.
saw an opening night in the theater,
Oh God.
and then I went and saw Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2, like a couple weeks after that on opening night.
God.
Ooh.
Yeah,
See, we are
Shame.
survivors of the '90s, and that's what's important.
the late '90s, early 2000s were rough for horror.
It was a rough time period.
There were that 30-day horror movie challenge that I put the Blood Diner on. I couldn't think of anything, but I was also stuck between movies like The Boogeyman.
Mm-hmm.
You ever see that movie? And then there's one with, I think it was Kristen Stewart was in it, where their dad was farming sunflowers.
The Boogeyman from 1980s or like the
This
new one?
this was from like 2000, 2001. But they
Yeah.
were bad movies. And most of the bad movies came from then. I chose Blood Diner just for fun. It's a dumb movie. One I wasted $27 on, thanks to Rayzilla.
So can I backtrack and talk about the movie I don't want remade?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
No,
I thought long and hard.
I bet you did.
It was very long and very hard. No, not really.
Where's Mike? He loves that stuff.
Yeah. Jaws, definitely. You guys might have heard me say that in the background. But I was thinking about it today, and then I did some research on it, and it's fucking getting remade.
What?
Train to Busan.
Really?
Yeah, they're getting it's getting an American adaptation.
James Wan from Saw is going to be directing it.
Oh, Jesus.
Now
At
here's
least he's a good director.
yeah,
He's a
like
good director, but I mean, it's an amazing fucking film by itself. Like, it does not need to be remade.
That's it.
wait, is he directing it or is he producing it? Because that's two different things there.
I think he's slated to direct.
Okay, I think it's going to be a good remake then. Like if it's in the hands of James Wan, I think it's because he pretty much revitalized like the early 2000 horror movies and made them where they are now with Dead Silence and
Dead
Saw.
Silence, yeah.
You know, but I think he's going to be fine. I wouldn't worry too much.
Directed Sidious also.
Yeah, Insidious and The Conjuring, yeah.
Yeah, James Wan's, and plus Aquaman's coming out next month, and that looks awesome. Hopefully, he can save the DC universe. So the Messengers was the name of that movie, by the way. Victoria Buchanan, the one that I was talking about, it's The Messengers. God awful movie.
It says The Conjuring and Aquaman director James Wan will produce a remake.
Oh, okay, that's different.
I mean, if he has a hand in it, like if he has any direction help, it could be good. Who knows? It doesn't matter because you still have the other version. I've come to terms with this. True. You know, over the past couple of years, you know, the Halloween debacle. Everybody's butthurt about Halloween being all the Halloween movies being gone out of the canon or whatever. You know what? It's now Pick Your Own Adventure. It has been for a long time. So the other ones aren't gone. You don't have to, bitch and moan because they're not continuing your series. I mean, what are they supposed to do? You know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're bitching and moaning, Jared. I'm just in general.
No, yeah.
You know.
So I'm not necessarily bitching. I just don't think it's necessary. The movie just came out 2 years ago.
Came out. Well, last year? 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah.
Well, you know they're already producing the Void remake.
God damn it.
No, that shouldn't be remade. No, but like Nightmare on Elm Street, I was really upset about the remake, and then I didn't like it, and now I've come to terms with it since.
It's basically a remake. Like all the characters are the same, all the situations are the same. except it's more modernized, right? With Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, they changed. Like the characters are similar, but they're not the same. Like there's no Glenn, there's no Tina. Their characters like them. I mean, Nancy's in it, but she's not. It's not Nancy Thompson, and she's a totally different type of person.
Yeah.
And it's slower and it's grittier, but I think Jackie Earl Haley was a poor choice, and only because of his stature.
Yeah.
Because he is a tiny fucking guy. And like Robert Englund isn't like a behemoth or anything like that, but he's like 5'11", I think, maybe close to 6 foot. And Jackie Earl Haley is, I think, 5'4". Like, you know, there's a scene at the end of the movie when they pull, like, just
He's
like
a
in
hell
the
of a
movie,
little league outfielder, though.
They pull, Casey. They pull Freddie out of the dream, and he's standing next to Nancy, and Nancy's taller than him. It's like, oh, come on. That ruins the illusion of fear for me because he's tiny. He's such a tiny dude. I mean, his performance overall wasn't bad, but his stature really bugged me, and I hated his makeup.
I loved him as Rorschach, and
Rorschach.
That's why he got the job as Freddy.
Yeah.
But he was good as was it Casey? Was that his name in Bad News
Kelly.
Bears?
Kelly Leak.
Kelly Leak. He could kill the fucking ball, playing left field like nobody's business.
You know, and we did have a lot of shitty remakes in the 2000s. You know, The Fog being like the absolute most atrocious fucking remake that was made.
The 2000s were like a decade of remakes, and I think that the 2020s are going to be the same.
Yeah, but you know, I'm glad to see the thing. We have James Wan and Alexandra Asia. When he came in. Aha, is that what it is? Asia, Aha. Alexandra Aha, when he came in after High Tension and directed The Hills Have Eyes, unrated. I'm saying unrated because that's pretty much the glorious version of that movie.
I think both are really strong, though.
What's that?
I think both versions are pretty strong.
Are they?
I think so.
It's a good movie. It's talking about remakes that are better than the originals. That's far and in between.
I think I did a top 5 remake list on my old site. I think that was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one too. I remember my brother and I rented it from Blockbuster when it came out, and we sat there, watched it, and we were in awe of how well it was made and how good it was. And then we watched High Tension right after that.
And it just goes to show you, like, tone can change everything, because comparing like a Wes Craven remake, Last House on the Left versus the newer one, not nearly the same in tone whatsoever. But The Hills Have Eyes was pretty damn fucking close.
Let me tell you something about The Hills Have Eyes, though, and I don't know if you guys have seen the original one. I love the original one, but I'm lucky that I saw the original before I ever saw the remake, because to me the remake makes the original look like shit and almost unwatchable. Mm-hmm. But I like the remake. I've seen the remake years before that, so it's okay, and I love it. And I got a good deal from the Drunk Arrow guy. But I think it's almost makes the remake unwatchable because it's more brutal to me and it's less cheesy looking. You know, the Hills are the Last House on the Left. There's no way to recreate what they did in the original movie. It looks like a snuff film. I actually hate that movie, but
I really don't. It's really hard to watch.
Yeah, I hate it just because I don't think it's a good movie. What?
The heat is really.
I wasn't a fan of that. One of the movies that's exactly like that got remade was I Spit on Your Grave. The first one was really cool. It was like more of like a female empowering like revenge tale, where like the remake was like a horror. And
I'd like to see that. Then there's 2 sequels too.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
I bought Walmart for $7.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The original title is Day of the Woman. So
yeah, by what the fuck's his name? Mirci something. I don't know. But he made this movie called Stop Hurting My Sister or something like that. It was really bad. I gotta pull up the name of this movie.
I think there should be a rule for remakes, and it should be at least a 10-year space between each movie, even if it's foreign, because even Martyrs was remade almost directly after the original was made. It's like
I'd say 2 years.
Yeah, they're doing it. I think they're doing it because dumb Americans don't want to read subtitles, and that's why they're remaking them for Americans. But like,
I won't watch the remake. There's no way they can even come
From
close to
Martyrs?
the original.
I bought the
To
remake
Martyrs.
on accident.
Well, they also made a remake to
There's
Inside.
no way. Yeah, there's no way. I won't watch that either. Nope.
I have both of them, but I bought this on accident.
Oh, the one by the Ghost Brothers.
Have you seen the French version?
Yeah,
Oh, I have not seen either version.
is this on your list?
It is on my list.
Yes, it's on my list. Which, folks, if anybody is watching, I have a top 10 list of the top 10 French horror films that I'm in the process of finishing up right now.
God, it's hard to go back to this movie, honestly. Like, I've been wanting to watch it lately, but every time I think about watching, I'm like, I don't want to watch that. I haven't watched this one yet. I bought it completely on accident because I saw it and I'm like, oh my God, this is hard to find. And then I get home and I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's a remake. I had no clue there was a remake.
Yeah, so Miyazaki made a movie. He's the original director of Day of the Woman. He made a movie called Don't Mess With My Sister. And it's a really weird movie. And it's
Don't mess with my sister.
got a very low rating. It's about this guy who works in the junkyard. And he's married to this woman. And then he hires an escort. And then him and the escort kill the pimp. And then him and the escort fall in love. And then the brother at the junkyard wants to fight him, and then they go to the junkyard and they fight, and then he realizes that he wants to go back to his wife, and that's the entire movie. Really bizarre. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you want to see it,
Sounds really thrilling.
it's called "Don't Mess With My Sister."
Wolverine's 5'3", not 5'4".
Oh, sorry.
Not you. Somebody commented on Facebook, said Wolverine's 5. Yeah, but he's not Freddy. We didn't have anything to base it on. And the movie Wolverine is over 6 foot, so we're talking about movies. We're not talking about comic books.
Whoa. Somebody's getting real in the comments.
See, this is why I stay away from the comic scene, because you guys are brutal.
They are. Well, I'm just saying, reading a comic and seeing somebody drawn is way different than an actor playing a role that's already been, made. It's like if they when they do remake Wolverine, if they take an actor who's 5'3" and make him Wolverine, I don't think people are going to be happy about it, even though that's how tall Wolverine actually is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's really short.
He's got Napoleon complex.
He's the feisty motherfucker.
But yeah, I mean, do you guys consider Evil Dead to be a remake? Because Ash was kind of thrown in post credits. It's
a question of reboot versus remake, and I think it's actually part of the universe. I don't think it's a remake at all. I think it's an extension of. It's something that I'd like to see happen instead of remakes. Where, like for instance, the Ghostbusters movie that came out a couple years ago. Why didn't they just make that a sequel set 30 years, 25 years later, where they're in the same universe and they still could have had all 4 women Ghostbusters instead of making it the way they made it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Evil Dead is. I love that movie, and I think it could work as a remake. But then, like when I watched it going in, seeing it as a remake, the one character I kept thinking was Ash. Basically, David, I think was his name.
Yeah.
And then they turned it around, and his sister Mia was the one who lost the hand and became like the Ash type character. But there really isn't an Ash type character. All the characters were different. You know, they weren't the same characters as in the original movie at all.
Alexandra Aja did that one too, didn't he?
I believe so. And I love it. I love that movie very much. Michael Lombardo hates it. Let me see.
I gotta see the unrated version.
No, it's Fede Alvarez.
Who?
Fede Alvarez.
Oh, Fede. Okay, yeah, he did some other stuff.
Tell me a secret.
I gotta see the unrated version. Have you guys seen the unrated version of the Evil Dead? Or the Evil Dead, or I think it's called, or is it called Evil Dead?
It's called Evil Dead.
It's called Evil Dead. Have you guys seen the unrated version?
I don't think so. They're releasing it on Blu-ray though.
Yeah.
I think this is just a standard edition.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the unrated version.
Yeah, I'm getting that absolutely. We did get a comment I want to address. What did you think of Let the Right One In, and do you think the American version was a disappointment? I've seen both, and I think the American version's fine. It's just another one of those that they made it an American version so people don't have to read it, probably.
I thought the foreign version was much better.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
That's I just said fine. I didn't say it was terrible or bad or good. It was fine. It's
My
just
good.
no. It's just I didn't really care about it. The original version is too good.
My biggest problem with the American version is that they didn't make the character a little boy. They made it like a girl, and like that's like the big twist in the book and the movie. Let the Right One In is when
Wasn't it Chloe?
Yeah, and it was Chloe.
Jesus, that's all she does is American remakes.
Yeah, but
Suspiria.
her character.
Suspiria, Carrie.
Yeah, her character is supposed to be a boy and
Yeah.
cuts off their genitalia. And they cut that part out in the American remake. I guess because American audiences can't handle that type of, situation or monstrosity because our American audiences in theaters don't like things like that, and that's why they don't like The Witch. So, but we have all these movies that made in America that American audiences just can't handle. So I think that Let Me In was a pretty solid American remake.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And like to really be upset with it, you really have to be you have to be nitpicking. Let me see that real quick, Ray. Put it up.
I just I only watched this one once. The Let Me In. Mm-hmm. I've watched the other one multiple times, and I bought it thinking it was going to be a lot. I mean, it's okay. It's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I mean, if you're going to watch one and you have both of them, watch this one. It's the same thing with Martyrs. I mean, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm sure Martyrs is more Americanized, is what I would say. Just like the Train to Busan movie will be. But like, the good thing is we always have the originals readily available to watch. So
the one thing that separated the two, I think, was the relationship between the two kids.
Yeah.
In the first one, it felt more real. In the foreign one, it felt more real.
Yeah. Yeah. Their relationship and everything. It was a beautiful movie. Like the thing that I really enjoyed about Let the Right One In is that it didn't explain vampires to the audience. It made a movie, and once you found out that the main character was a vampire, you know how vampires operate. You know how they work. We don't need to explain it to you.
Right.
And the thing that fucked me up most about Let the Right One In is the ending when the vampire and Oscar are on the train, and you think it's like they're happy, like they're kids, and she whatever's tapping on the suitcase, and Oscar's tapping back, and you're like, oh, they're best friends forever. But then you think about who was there before Oscar and how he kind of grew old and became a slave to the vampire until he killed himself. So it's kind of like a dark, bittersweet ending if you think about it. This kid's running away with the vampire and they're going to be best friends forever. But Oscar's going to grow up. He's going to get old, not the vampire. So that kind of fucked me up.
I haven't seen that movie in a while. I need to revisit that one.
I love the pool scene though, when Oscar's getting bullied in the pool, and then you see all the kids get like thrown around the pool, and there's blood everywhere. That was a pretty cool scene. Yeah, no, but Let the Right One In is a pretty solid vampire movie. Definitely one of the better vampire movies out there. And I know everyone's favorite vampire movie in the entire world is The Lost Boys. Oh my god. But if Lost Boys does get a remake, I think it should be a Netflix series.
That's something that everybody wants to see. Things like I think they want to see more, like a more drawn out story. But sometimes that doesn't make it better. I love the Lost Boys movie from when I was a kid, and I don't think it ever needs to be remade. And I don't want to see a series of it. I can barely even watch the sequels. I think that just needs to be left alone.
The sequels are bad.
I started watching the second one, I guess it was, and I got about a half an hour, and I was like, I'm done.
The Frog Brothers.
Yeah, I don't care enough. I like the first movie. It's more of a nostalgia thing for me, and that's another one that would have to be set in the 80s. I don't know how you do it now. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
There is a
Not just you.
Gunship a synthwave group released a new album called Dark All Day. It's absolutely
They
fantastic.
have a song with Tim Capello.
Yeah, if you get a chance, Ray, check out the music video Dark All Day. It's an homage to vampires. I'm not going to spoil the music video for you. It's a pretty solid music video. I think you'll actually get a real big kick out of it. It's from the band Gunship. They just debuted their second album, Dark All Day,
Just
which
came out this month.
it's fucking awesome. I don't think it's better than the first album, their title album, but it's definitely a solid follow up to them. But it's all about vampires. I think you'll get a kick out of it. And those watching on Facebook Land and YouTube, check out Gunship's Dark All Day. It's a pretty solid music video.
Tim Capello.
Yeah, Tim Capello's in it. He sexy sax man from the Lost Boys. Still believes.
Still
Yeah.
believe.
So we covered.
Do we have any
Pet
last
Sematary.
minute Facebook comments?
Let's all right. So let's go on Facebook. Let's see who has commented. Anyone who wants to comment, now is your time to catch up. Let's read some of these comments.
Now this
We have
Yeah.
Lonnie Reimers from the VHS covers. I think we messed that up. That was somewhere in the conversation.
No.
Ron Buchanan says that James Wan is working on Mortal Kombat. That's pretty exciting. Raquel Rigcon, I watched that. I guess going to James Caan and Mortal Kombat. Francisco Franco, what up, man? What about Let the Right One In? Do you think the American version was a disappointment? Covered that. Taruga Z, keep in mind, okay. Keep in mind Marvel's Wolverine stands 5'4". Covered that. Francisco Franco, the pool scene was excellent. I guess in the Let the Right One In. Yeah, that scene
It
was
is
awesome. And Gunship is amazing. Yes, Francisco Franco, my synthwave brother from another mother. I got.
Text that to me so I won't forget.
I'll send it to you right after the show's over.
Yeah, because I'll forget otherwise.
So,
It's a fun video.
But yeah, if you are not aware, right there, you see where my finger's pointing, where it says subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel right now. We are 70 followers right now?
77.
Huh?
77.
77 followers right now. We get to 100. Get us to 100.
Yeah. Let's do something better. Ask a friend or tell a friend to subscribe. Tell a friend to follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Anybody that's watching.
We are, I think, like 106 followers away on Facebook from hitting 11,000, which would be nice.
Yep.
Be nice to close the year out with 12,000 Facebook followers, especially where we started the year.
Yeah. Yeah, so, Brian, what did you think of Strangers Pray at Night from Ron Buchanan? I thought it was a solid follow-up to the original.
I liked it.
I liked it. I thought it was better than the original.
I did too.
We had one of the strangers on one of our podcasts.
Yeah, we had Damien Maffei from he's the man behind the mask, or the man in the mask. I thought it was better than the original. The thing about the original I liked was the slow pacing, and it took place within the house, but they seem to be way more relentless in the new movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I liked it. September is the next Friday the 13th. You kidding
now,
me?
They were the original killers, right? Because they had Baghead, Dollface, and
that's a good question. I have no clue.
I think so.
It's supposed to be the same killer.
I think so too.
I don't know for sure.
It was written by the same guy. It's kind of like The Collector and The Collection, how like two different killers played the main killer, but then
Oh, spoiler!
What?
I've only seen The Collection. Honestly,
it's supposed to be the same killer. The actors changed.
The Collection's the second one.
The Collection's the second one, yeah.
I got the second one because, and not even realizing that there was another one I watched. I was like, feels like there's something missing when I was watching it.
No, The Collector was a good like home invasion slasher. It kind of had like a Halloween feel to it, where The Collection was like Saw.
Like a Saw.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, I can see that they're the same.
the guys that directed those movies actually helped write like Saws 3 and 4 or something.
So I was looking at the characters in these, and the Screen Factory for the strangers is really good. But so the blonde girl and the brunette are the same. The only thing different is the build of the dolphin, whatever she is.
Mm-hmm.
It also felt like she was the leader in this one to me.
Well, she definitely had the most lines.
Yeah, it felt like she was the leader of the group, though. Which I don't know. I liked it. I've watched it more than once.
I haven't seen the first Strangers in a long time.
You can watch our Strangers Pray at Night episode with Damien Maffei. He was our guest. He played Baghead. I thought Damien was excellent in his role, even though he had no speaking lines. You didn't see his face. I thought that his motions, his body language, it was very creepy. It was very like. It was serious. It wasn't like he was like running all over the place or anything. It felt like it felt like Michael Myers, but at points he would just like come after you.
Yeah.
Like,
and not to mention, you guys can also catch Damien Maffei in the upcoming release of "I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday."
Mike's not on the show. We didn't even talk about that movie anymore.
God damn it! Shameless plug.
But yeah, my name is Brian Enright. Please follow our follow our YouTube page. We definitely want you to come join. We have all of our episodes archived on YouTube. Yes. You don't have to go to Facebook, and you get to see a few minutes before the show that usually comes on Facebook, and a few minutes after the show that comes on Facebook. On the YouTube page, so you get to
and you can hear Brian get really upset with his computer sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, so you can hear additional minutes of extended footage. So please go to our YouTube page. That's youtube.com/The Horror Syndicate. Not yet, because you gotta like it.
There are apparently 97 videos on our YouTube page, which includes our Friday the 13th mask giveaway, which we'll do again probably next fall, because that's the next Friday the 13th. But also, if you're interested to go way back in the archives, you can see our very first show called The Horror Syndicate Live, which has a whole different panel of people. And what we do is break down a movie series in that show. But we wanted to try to do something different. That's why we have this show. So that's on that too, if you want to go deep diving.
They're fantastic episodes. Ray Canella, who used to work for the Sci-Fi Channel, goes into all the juicy details of Sharknado, and of course his experience with Dario Argento and The Exorcist when it came out in theaters. And he's just got a lot of stories, and I can't wait to get Ray back on here. I miss him, I miss him. And we also have a couple contributors that you don't see here anymore. We have Baron Craze. We have one of our writers, Morgan. You can catch all of her work on the website. She's got some really cool modern reviews on TV shows such as Scream, Strangers Pray at Night. Of course, she has a review for that. So yeah,
she has a review for Jason Friday the 13th Part 7 also. She's right on my shoulder. Yeah, Millennial Morgan plays catch-up is what her thing is. She just needs to start playing catch-up some more.
So
a lot of catch-up on.
But yeah, my name is Brian Enright. You can follow me on Facebook at Brian Enright. You can add me. I'll add you back. Do not mind my political posts. You'll get them. But most of the time I'll be talking about horror movies and showing pictures of my family. But on my Instagram, you'll see a bunch of selfies of me, and on my Twitter, you'll see posts that I haven't updated since 2013. So up next, we have Jared Letourneau. Jared, where can we find you?
You guys can follow me on Facebook at Jared Letourneau, or on the Twitterverse at @zombie_survivor. All you guys have a good evening. Thanks for listening to us rant about stuff.
All right. Thank you very much, Jared. And up next, our president, Razor. Ray, where can we find you, man?
I'm going to keep plugging my Instagram page just because I'm doing the 31 and 31 horror shirts. This one's from T Villain for The Fly, obviously the Cronenberg version. So it's at Razor33 on Instagram, Razor_33 on Twitter. Go to our go to YouTube, type in the Horror Syndicate and subscribe to our page. 23 more, and we can say go to youtube.com/the Horror Syndicate, because that's, you got to have 100 subscribers to do that shit, which is bullshit if you ask me. But one last thing, we do have about 8 days left. If you have not entered into our contest, we have a contest. We're giving away 4 copies of The Barn on Blu-ray from Scream Team Releasing. So the video is pinned at the top of our Facebook page. So go check that out. And anybody who has been a part of the Monster Madness Bracket Challenge, next week is the final week for that bracket. I may do one more after that. But thanks, everyone, for voting, and keep on voting. And back to you, Brian.
All right. Thank you very much, Ray. And thank you very much, everyone. And everyone have a great, safe night. And please stay tuned to watch our giveaway video and find out how you can win
a copy of The Barn.
Copy of The Barn. So stay tuned.
Bye, YouTube.